man. I can't even say it like as a troll, bro. It's the. I mean, she has a face. That's it. Does it look good? No, but it's there. She has a face. It's pearly things. Women should not vote. Repealed in the 19th. But anyways, this is her.
Yes, okay. A lot of people think I'm insane because I don't think women should vote. Everybody thinks I'm crazy for this opinion. If anything, this is probably my most extreme opinion. And I would like to tell you how I came to this conclusion. Okay. So, what happened was,
Yo, I don't even know what's going on here, bro.
Wanted to know why men were so angry about women. Why are there all these complaints about women? And when I started researching the stuff, it was pretty easy to figure out why. 90% of women have been on birth control. 1 out of 3 women has had an abortion. 1 out of 3 women has an STD.
Oh, wait, what? One of what? What are these? I don't even know if these are true, but like, except for the STD part, which a lot of men have STDs too. So you're telling me like men are angry at the choices that women are making? Okay. Like their own personal choices that are going to affect their own lives? That's why men are angry? Okay. Alright. Interesting. Just pearly things.
The average body count is over 5, so that your average wife has slept with over 5 people. 95%.
She's so fucking unattractive. I'm sorry. I just have to say.
Percent of women are not virgins on their wedding days. So I understand the complaint. Now I understand, okay, the quality of women. But I kept thinking, why? So this is the average American chick. Why is it like this? And my second question was, why are men complaining about marriage? So these are men. We're gonna give them smiley face. They're saying don't ever get married. And I'm thinking, why? So then my next question was, why don't men want to get married? What I found out is that the courts, the legal system, all of society is catering towards women, okay? All of society is basically pandering and...
Let's take notes. Let's take notes, guys. Where the fuck is my notebook? The fuck? Bitch.
Simping for women. For example, in the UK, if you accuse your guy of you get a free lawyer. Another example is free government handouts for women and single mothers. So we essentially have a system.
Shit, bro. Like, yeah, you're a fucking single mother. Yeah, you get handouts. Like, that's not too crazy, bro. There are problematic things that happen there, but it's like, what are you talking about? Of course. It should be the same for a man as well, but it's very rare that, and I don't have much statistics to back this up, unlike you, just barely things. But like, it's very rare that a child is left alone with his dad, and his dad alone. It's actually, very rare. But I think it should be the same. Like, if a woman leaves a man, I think there should be, more support from the government or from whoever to that person who's left alone with a child. For the child, not for that person, for the child. Like,
that is paying women to be single mothers. So when I would look at why are women so bad, it's like, okay, if you pay women to be terrible, then you're probably going to have more terrible women. I mean, it's just common sense. If you get paid to be a single mother...
It's really ironic, because, like, I don't know who's paying you, but Jesus Christ, are you fucking terrible. Lord have mercy.
Why wouldn't you break up your family? Well, I mean, morals, but that's a whole nother thing. So, what I figured out when I started talking to some of these politicians, right, so we're going to do this, the guy is a politician, he's got a...
There's literally, this fucking dress is horrible. I can't believe I had to say that, but there's literally no point of this whiteboard because you're not using it, my boy. You're not.
Bow tie. Yeah, that's a bow tie. Now, the issue is that the politicians, the only way they can get elected, the women vote for them. So the reason we can't see a change in these...
See, now what she just said, okay? What she just said is going to get written down. The only reason politicians get elected is if women vote for them. Good. Okay, so what type of women are these? Like younger women or older women? Because age demographic is like very important. Now this is when we start looking up stuff, okay? Oh shit. I just leaked my, well not leaked, but my new YouTube video. Yo. Well, let's just say vote demographic. Right? Voter democracy based on gender, right? Women are registered to vote the U.S. at highest rates than men in recent years. The number of women registered to vote in the U.S. has typically been about 10 million more than the number of men registered. Okay, so this is something. Voter turnouts refer to proportional of eligible voters who cast a ballot in an election. Women have registered and voted at a higher rate than men in every presidential election since 1980, with a turnout gap between women and men growing slightly larger with each successive presidential election. Women who constitute more than half the population have cast almost 10 million more votes than men in recent elections. For more detailed analysis and research for relevant polls, see our women voters and gender length. Okay? So the gender gap is the difference between the proportion of women and men who support a given candidate. Generally, the leading or winning candidate is the gap between the gender, not within the gender of women and men. So this, what she just said, alright, is interesting because in proportion, now we could look at other studies as well. Not studies, other. Okay, well, Wikipedia is good. Men and women who participate. It's calculated by subtracting the percentage of women supporting a candidate. Okay, I don't care about that. Gender gap, 11 points. Okay, so either way, it's believed to be that women register to vote more than men. So her basic argument is that these politicians, which by the way is such a childish argument, these politicians are catering to this woman because they're voting for them. So, okay, sure, and it makes sense because women. So, all right. Let's keep going.
Laws, where men can't get access to their children, where single mothers are being paid to be single mothers. All of these horrible policies.
What are these policies? Okay? What are these policies? When you say you have to mention these policies one by one, right? So that we can look them up. Because I'm not just listening here, I'm learning just per things. I am learning from you. Okay.
Is because the politicians can't change them because they won't be reelected. And then I started researching it further. And I started to think, does every person deserve the right to vote? Should every person deserve the right to vote? And what I found out is that men are fined $300,000 if they don't enroll in selective service, where women have no skin in the game. And in the U.S. anyways, we're voting for a commander-in-chief. So is it really fair that if I vote for a president because of my feelings, and oh, he's so mean, I'm not going to name presidents, and instead I vote for somebody that's basically senile, and we go to war, is it fair that the men have to pay for that bad decision? Because essentially
you do understand that just because women are more likely to vote, that doesn't mean men don't have the right to vote. Like, realistically, if we look at the demographic, right? In America, for example, like if we realistically look at not the world population, god damn it, hold on. The U.S. population based on gender, right? Why is there not a clear fucking... Yeah, there you go. It's 51.1% of the population. Ugh, wait, why don't they give me like a clear fucking graph where they're like this percent population? I guess it's 51%. I'm not sure. If it's 51%, let's just say this. There's like 49% men in this country who can't vote. You know? Let's just say from these 51%, all of them vote. Let's just say, well, not all of them. Let's just say 20% of them vote. Sure, why not? Right? 20%. There's still going to be a substantial amount of people from the other side being men, who could still outvote these women, right? Because there's still enough people men. And political power, let's say, based on the Senate, not even political power, Senate, gender, percentage. Let's just look at this. Just to see, women account for 43% of the House Democrats and 31% of Senate Democrats, compared with 16% of House Republicans and 18%. So if we look at this generally, okay, women in the House is at the highest total yet, 35, up from 30 in January. So when you look at power and who possesses power, it's mostly men. And this is just the Senate, right? We could look at other powers or branches of power, right? When we look at who's really running the country, it's still men. So again, one, if you want to vote, man, you could vote. There's no reason you shouldn't vote or you're not voting. You just don't take it seriously, and women do take it seriously and they're voting, okay? So that's one. And two, even then, when you're talking about power, realistically, you would think, you know, women would have more power because they vote more and they participate more, but even then they don't. That's just another thing I just want to throw out there. But again, like I say, like, men could vote for these things. It's not like men can't vote. 51% of the population is women. There's still 49% of men, okay? There's still a chance that a lot of men can't outvote women. But that doesn't happen because men don't vote relative to women. So, I mean, that's your fault as a person, as a man. If you're not voting and a woman is supposedly, which isn't realistic, like I just showed you the Senate, it's like 35% of it. And if you feel like somebody is garnering or somebody has more systematic power than you because they vote or whatever the fuck, right? Then you should go out and vote. If that's what it is. And that's not what it is, because women don't have systematic power, you know. Realistically, they don't. Anyways. I guess her argument is like women are the ones that put... Is her argument like women are the ones who put people in power in this country? Is that an argument? Okay, bro.
We have a society where men are just paying for women.
Stupid, because all people are different. Like, it's stupid, and it's so hard to even make arguments against this because it's just deeply dumb. Every woman doesn't vote the same. Like, there's specific types of women that vote Republican, and there's specific types of people who happen to be women who vote Democrat. It's like dumb to just come in and be like, you know, women put certain people in power politically, that and those certain people pay them for like child support or some dumb crazy. It's like such a crazy analogy, dog. It's not even conspiracy. It's so stupid. It's so boring that it can't be conspiracy. You know, you can't even make it up to be conspiracy.
Women's bad decisions. Men pay the majority of the taxes. So who's paying for these women to be single mothers? Men pay the majority of alimony and child support payments. So again, the men are paying for the women to leave.
Women raise children. Like, do you understand that, right? Women raise children. That's like huge. That's a huge, huge thing. And there's also a lot of women who pay high taxes as well. Okay? Again, your argument falls apart because realistically, women aren't paying a lot of taxes because, because if you're not getting paid well, realistically, you're probably not going to pay as much taxes as somebody who is getting paid well. So it actually defines the wage gap, right? When you say, okay, well, women are, so it's like, yeah, well, if women are getting paid more, they'll probably pay more taxes, right? But even then, I could concede in the idea of that, like, there are some jobs that, sure, whatever. But, like, your argument falls apart there. That's one. Two, it's like I said, girl. I mean, listen. Women have specific roles, not only in the economy, but, like, in family structure that definitely, they contribute much more for not only society but for a country in general, and I think their say-so definitely matters. Okay, genuinely oppressing one wide part of the population, not even a race but like a whole gender, is ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm arguing with you though, because you're just saying things realistically.
Men build most of the inventions that allowed women to go to work. So the Roomba, the vacuum cleaner, the washing cleaner, men invented it so women could.
Okay, men invented everything. Okay, cool. This is like the fucking Twitter, there are like Twitter pages that are like, black people in America invented every single thing. Which, I mean, listen. Inventions by women. Or by females. Women's right timeline, feminist history. I don't care about that. Just give me, nobody cares about the feminist. Famous women inventions. March in women's history. But I don't care. Inventions spanned a wide range of categories of functions, but they were all united together to make life easier for use. Procreation code: a vacuum ice cream maker. Okay. The number of those to make typewriters more efficient. So listen, if you are a man at any point of your life and you use the typewriter, you can't vote because women invented it. More efficiently friendly toys and learning devices for children. Listen, if your kid is using toys to play or learning devices, okay, you are not allowed to vote as a man, because again, and the machine, again. Okay, she was granted a patent for a farm handling system and continues to teach you. Listen, if you eat food, because food really comes from farmers. So if you're eating food, you can't fucking vote as a man, because women are the ones who came up with farm handling system, which makes which is why one of the reasons why you're eating food. Throughout history, library dedicated study. Libraries, if you're reading books, bro, man, if you're reading books, you can't vote. You can't vote, okay? This is stupid. This is one thing. This article isn't doing me justice. This probably should have been a little bit longer. But I'm pretty sure, look at this, bro. There's a whole celebrating Women's History Month. Let's look back. 10 incredible inventions by women, okay? This is even great. Circular saw, computer algorithm, dishwasher, ironic, but whatever. Life raft, fire escape, medical syringe, windshield wipers, the first Monopoly game, bulletproof fiber, word processor. These are all inventions of women. So, again, what the fuck is you talking about when you say these things, right? When you say women haven't invented shit, not really. There are a lot of inventions that women have been, not only that have participated in, but, there are inventions that women take credit for. So, realistically, what you're saying doesn't make a lot of sense, ma'am. Okay? The
vacuum cleaner, the washing cleaner, men.
Yeah, washing cleaner was I just watched. Dishwashers were invented by women. So, I mean, yeah, chick. You like. So if you again, like I say, bro, if you use anything that women invented, man, you're not supposed to vote. Does that make any sense, though? It doesn't make any sense.
Invented it so women could leave their home and leave little Timmy at home. And now we see the byproduct of this, where we have a more free society. But guys, our mental health is crazy out here. Everybody's, got depression, anxiety, all this stuff because women are raising.
What are you talking about, bruh? You fucking idiot. Like, you went from fucking women shouldn't vote to our mental health are fucked up because of women. Chick, you are so delusional. This bitch here, bro.
The children by themselves. And single father homes have better outcomes than single mother homes, but the best outcomes is the parents together.
Okay, so you just can't say shit like this, but hold on. Single father. I'm going to directly quote you on this. Homes have better outcomes, right? That's what you say, right? Okay, single parent statistics. Single father, I say it. Single parent homes face more struggle. So just to round up, single fathers on average find it easier to find positive female influences than single mothers do positive male. What you just said right there, to somehow make it look like, to somehow make it look like it's good, or men are in the good, or men are in the positive, when you say single fathers on average find it easier to find positive female influences than single mothers do. This just means men are just pieces of shit. That's just what this means, bro. It's fucking... The single fathers on average find it easier to find positive female influences than single mothers do. That means, okay, that most single mothers encounter piece of shit males who happen to not be positive. And some single fathers encounter, much more positive female influences for their children. So, in a general way, even here, single fathers perform better because of the positive female influences they find. And by the way, I could definitely make this argument just because I want to make this argument, okay? Just because you're making arguments by simply, saying shit. So, that's not true, what you're saying.
And because our whole society is pandering to women voting and getting money from women, because women make 80% of consumer buying decisions. So we live in a society that's just constantly telling us what we want to hear all of the time. And we've basically been brainwashed for the last 100 years to think that women can really be equal to men.
The past 100, you couldn't at least say the past 20 years, 100, man. This bitch is insane.
But the truth of the matter is that men run society. They run all of the industries that make society run. The only reason that women...
Hey, that's a problem, though. You fucking dumb whore. That's a problem. You understand that? That's a problem. What you're saying right now, you're low-key making like feminist arguments. Maybe she used to be a feminist. You're low-key making feminist arguments at this point. Like, everything that you're saying is actually going for women rather than going against them. Because, yeah, the fact that men run everything, that might be a problem. That might be a problem. Realistically, it might be.
Outer in men is because we can monetize beauty, and men have subsidized industry.
Who's we? La Francais, come on. Who's we? You can't monetize beauty for shit, man. If you fucking start an OnlyFans, nobody's buying that shit. Let's be honest, okay? You can't. These other chicks, maybe. Not you. Stop.
So men pay their taxes, and the government takes their taxes to make companies have quotas for women where they're not as productive as men, okay? Now we have a whole system where women have been told...
I wonder if conservatives want, like, taxes not to be paid, period. Like, this fucking crazy thing of like our tax money, our taxes. It's like, yeah, bro. Fucking conservatives. I'm not even talking about her.
What we want to hear our whole lives, and the people that suffer are the children. Now, I'm a reasonable gal. I can maybe get behind net taxpayers or something, but only if we get rid of all these subsidies for women. Because I'm really tired of women being paid to leave their husbands. I'm really tired of women.
Someone could really make such a great argument and say the mere fact that a man could find positive influences in a single father household is better off, okay, or has better outcomes than a single mother household. That mere fact alone could be a huge argument against you, because somebody could come on and say, well, because of that, women need these types of government funded help from the government if their man leaves them. Okay? So then what happens? Like, are you going to stop men from leaving women? Are you going to do that? Because there are some cases where, you know, women are dying. There are some cases where women are getting attacked or, you know, R-worded. I don't want to get banned from YouTube anymore. I'm not gonna lie. I would have said it before, but I can't say the R-word no more. I gotta say grape like every other loser YouTuber. Anyways, like, many people can make these arguments against you. Everything that you've said for the past 5 minutes could literally be used against you. That's how you know your argument is not only weak, it's actually useless and you know, I don't know.
Take divorcing their husband, taking half his and accusing him of a on the way out. I'm tired of this and I'm sorry, but the more power...
What if somebody was abusive? Like, are you going to just simply ignore that factor of, like, there's a possibility that somebody could have been abusive in a relationship? Are you just going to ignore it? Or are we supposed to endure like that other guy?
Us as women have had, the more we have used it to basically legally abuse men. You know what? I don't think women should vote. That's my opinion. I could also maybe get behind a net taxpayer. And I think if we're going to vote, then equally enroll in the military and do all of the dangerous jobs in society. Go be a plumber. Go.
Oh, this fucking idiot dog. Jesus Christ, this fucking dumb bitch. Okay. Military personnel female ratio. Marine Corps 9.1%, women 22%. Okay, Air Force, like, this is great because true men do dominate the space 100%, but there is a lot of women here. 18.4%, 20.4%, 9.1%. These are not like small numbers. So what are you talking about? Women do these things. I'm pretty sure, I don't know about women plumbers. Yeah, they don't dominate these sectors, but they're still in these places. It's not like all women, you know, are choosing not to do this. There's a lot of women who participate in this. Okay? So, I don't know, bro. Like, your arguments are stupid because, again, even if it's smaller than women, smaller than men, it's still there. These numbers are still there, right? There's still some women who participate in this sector. It might not be all, but some. And this is enough for a woman to say women do sacrifice. So, I don't know. Right?
Go be an electrician. Go do all of the hard jobs. And if you don't want to do that, maybe you should just quit whining. So that's my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Alright, bitch. Listen, that was good. That was good content right there. Just pearly things. You should keep going with this narrative. I just want to touch on this though. Realistically, listen. Today and today, we could do a lot of fucking digging. And you would understand that realistically, the economy, financial sectors, everything has an inclusion of women for the most part, okay? And not all sectors, but some of these sectors don't include women, not because women don't want to be included in it, because the sectors exclude women systematically by themselves. So we also have to understand this. So I don't know, bro. Like, at least don't make arguments against yourself, like a dumbass.